Welcome to Chapter 7 of Class 10 Science, How Do Organisms Reproduce? In this fascinating chapter, we'll explore one of the most fundamental characteristics of life, the ability to create new individuals. Unlike essential life processes like nutrition or respiration that keep an individual alive, reproduction ensures the continuation of species. We'll begin by understanding why DNA copying is crucial and how variations created during this process enable evolution. Then we'll explore different modes of reproduction, asexual methods like binary fission, budding, and fragmentation used by simple organisms, and sexual reproduction used by most complex organisms including flowering plants and humans. We'll study flower structure, pollination, fertilization, and seed formation in plants. For human reproduction, we'll learn about male and female reproductive systems, the process of fertilization, pregnancy, and fetal development. Finally, we'll discuss the importance of reproductive health and family planning. Get ready for an exciting journey into the miracle of life creation. Let's begin with DNA copying, the fundamental process underlying all reproduction. DNA molecules in our chromosomes carry the blueprint for making proteins, which determine our body design and characteristics. When organisms reproduce, they essentially make copies of these DNA blueprints. Cells use chemical reactions to build copies of their DNA, creating two copies that eventually separate into two cells. But here's the crucial point: DNA copying isn't perfect. If it were perfect, we would create identical copies with no variations. While this might seem ideal, it would actually be disastrous for species survival. Why? Because environments change over time, temperatures fluctuate, water levels change, new diseases emerge. If all individuals were identical and environment changed unfavorably, the entire species could be wiped out. The variations created during imperfect DNA copying provide the raw material for evolution, allowing some individuals to survive changing conditions and continue the species. This is why variation, though not necessarily beneficial for individuals, is crucial for species survival. Now let's explore asexual reproduction, a method used by many simple organisms where a single parent produces offspring without gamete formation. In binary fission, used by organisms like amoeba and bacteria, the cell simply divides into two equal halves. Some organisms like Leishmania divide in specific orientations. Budding involves the formation of small buds that grow and eventually separate from the parent, as seen in yeast and hydra. Fragmentation occurs when organisms break into pieces, with each piece growing into a new individual. Spirogyra algae shows this method. Regeneration is the ability to regrow lost body parts, which in some organisms like planaria can result in complete new individuals. Plants use vegetative propagation where roots, stems, or leaves can grow into new plants. Potatoes from tubers, ginger from rhizomes, bryophyllum from leaf buds. Asexual reproduction allows rapid multiplication and preserves successful characteristics, but it doesn't create variations. This makes it ideal for stable environments but risky in changing conditions. Sexual reproduction involves two parents and the fusion of male and female gametes, creating offspring with variations. In flowering plants, the reproductive structures are flowers. A complete flower has 4 whorls: sepals for protection, petals for attraction, stamens as male reproductive parts, and pistil as female reproductive part. Stamens consist of anther and filament, with anther producing pollen grains containing male gametes. The pistil has stigma, style, and ovary, with ovary containing ovules that house female gametes. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma, which can be self-pollination within the same flower or cross-pollination between different flowers. Cross-pollination creates more variations and is often encouraged through mechanisms like different maturation times for male and female parts. After pollination, pollen tubes grow through the style carrying male gametes to the ovule. Fertilization involves one male gamete fusing with the egg to form zygote, and another male gamete fusing with polar nuclei to form endosperm. This double fertilization is unique to flowering plants. The ovule develops into seed and ovary into fruit. Human reproduction involves complex systems with separate male and female reproductive organs. Puberty marks the beginning of reproductive capability, triggered by hormonal changes. The male reproductive system includes testes that produce sperm and testosterone, located in the scrotum which maintains optimal temperature. Vas deferens carry sperm from testes to urethra, and accessory glands like prostate produce fluid that nourishes sperm. The female reproductive system includes ovaries that produce eggs and hormones, fallopian tubes where fertilization occurs, uterus where the embryo develops, and vagina which serves as birth canal. Unlike males who produce millions of sperm continuously, females are born with all their eggs and release one egg per month during ovulation. The menstrual cycle prepares the uterus for pregnancy each month, with the lining thickening to receive a fertilized egg. If fertilization doesn't occur, the lining sheds during menstruation. Understanding these systems helps us appreciate the complexity of human reproduction. When sperm meets egg in the fallopian tube, fertilization occurs, forming a zygote with complete genetic material. The zygote undergoes rapid cell division as it travels to the uterus, developing into a blastocyst that implants in the uterine wall about a week after fertilization. The placenta forms, providing oxygen and nutrients to the developing embryo while removing waste. Pregnancy lasts about 40 weeks, divided into 3 trimesters. In the first trimester, major organs form and the embryo becomes a fetus. The second trimester involves rapid growth and movement, while the third trimester focuses on weight gain and lung maturation. Birth occurs through labor contractions that dilate the cervix, allowing the baby to pass through the birth canal. After delivery, the placenta is expelled. Reproductive health is crucial throughout life, involving proper hygiene to prevent infections, awareness about sexually transmitted diseases, and understanding contraception for family planning. Various contraceptive methods are available, from barrier methods like condoms to hormonal methods, IUDs, and surgical options, each with different effectiveness and considerations. Let's review how all reproduction concepts connect. DNA copying with variations provides the foundation for evolution and adaptation. Asexual reproduction allows rapid multiplication in stable environments, preserving successful characteristics. Sexual reproduction creates genetic diversity, enabling species to adapt to changing conditions. Plants use flowers as sophisticated reproductive structures with mechanisms to encourage cross-pollination. Human reproduction involves complex systems ensuring successful fertilization, pregnancy, and birth. Reproductive health knowledge enables informed decisions about family planning and disease prevention. All reproduction methods serve the same fundamental purpose: continuing life while allowing for improvement through variations. From the simplest bacteria dividing through binary fission to the complex process of human pregnancy and childbirth, reproduction remains one of the most remarkable characteristics of life, ensuring both continuity and evolution of species. Undefined.